And I'm starting to think that my grandma's in trouble.
Who's ready to celebrate?
I'm gonna make sure you don't go down.
To our future.
General Hospital.
The late afternoon sun cast long amber streaks across the polished floors of the Corinthos living room, but the warmth of the light did nothing to soften the tension gathering in the air. Sonny stood near the window, hands folded, jaw tight. He had been in that same spot for nearly 10 minutes, replaying Suzanne's words over and over in his mind. Across from him, Jason leaned against the mantel, arms crossed, watching Sonny carefully. He knew that look. Sonny had heard something that cut deeper than business, deeper than rivalry. This was personal. "She didn't want to tell me," Sonny said at last, voice low and controlled. "Said she promised Willow she'd keep quiet, but she also said it was eating her alive." Jason didn't respond immediately. "So what exactly did Suzanne say?" Sonny exhaled slowly. "She said Willow's been hiding something big, something that could change how everyone in this town sees her." Jason frowned. "We're talking about Willow. She's practically Port Charles's moral compass." "That's what everyone thinks," replied Sonny. "But Suzanne says there's another side, a past decision Willow made, one she's been covering up for years." Jason straightened slightly. "What kind of decision?" Sonny hesitated. "One that affected more than just her. Suzanne hinted that someone else's life took a completely different direction because of it." Jason's eyes narrowed. "You think it's about the kids?" "I don't know," Sonny admitted. "But Suzanne said Willow's terrified it'll come out. Said she believes if people knew she'd lose everything, her family, her marriage, her reputation." Jason considered that. "And Suzanne just handed you this?" "She didn't hand me proof," Sonny said, "but she gave me enough to start asking questions." Jason met Sonny's gaze. "And once you start asking questions, things tend to come out." Sonny nodded grimly. "Exactly." Across town, Willow sat on the edge of the Quartermain garden bench, fingers twisting together in her lap. The evening breeze rustled the roses, but she barely noticed. Every sound felt amplified, the crunch of gravel, the distant hum of traffic, even her own breathing. Michael approached quietly, sensing her unease. "Hey," he said softly, "you slipped out before dessert. Everything okay?" She forced a smile. "Just needed air." Michael sat beside her. "You've needed a lot of air lately." She looked down. "I know." He studied her face. "Willow, if something's wrong, you can tell me. We've been through too much together for secrets." Her throat tightened. "I'm not keeping secrets." But the words sounded thin even to her. Michael didn't push. "All right, but I can tell something's weighing on you, and whatever it is, we'll handle it together." She nodded, but inside, panic curled tighter. "If you knew the truth, you wouldn't say that." Meanwhile, at Charlie's pub, Suzanne sat alone at a corner table, hands wrapped around a mug gone cold. She stared into it as if answers might surface in the dark liquid. When Nina entered, she spotted Suzanne immediately. "There you are," Nina said, sliding into the opposite seat. "You sounded shaken on the phone. What's going on?" Suzanne looked up, eyes tired. "I did something today I never thought I would." Nina's brow creased. "What?" "I talked to Sonny." Nina stiffened. "About Willow?" Suzanne nodded slowly. Nina leaned back, exhaling. "Suzanne, you promised her." "I know," Suzanne whispered. "But you didn't see her face lately. The fear, Nina, the guilt. She's drowning in it. And I realized secrets like this don't stay buried forever." Nina's expression hardened. "So you decided to dig it up yourself?" "I didn't reveal everything," Suzanne said quickly. "I just pointed Sonny in the direction." Nina closed her eyes briefly.
You have no idea what that could set off." Suzanne swallowed. "I do, but I also know Willow can't keep living like this." Nina leaned forward. "You think exposure will help her?" "No," Suzanne said softly, "but hiding it is destroying her." Back at the Corinthos house, Sonny paced now, the stillness gone. "I want background," he told Jason. "Everything connected to Willow before she came to Port Charles. Every relationship, every move, every decision that might have affected someone else." Jason nodded. "I'll start digging." Sonny stopped. "And keep this quiet." Jason gave a faint half-smile. "You know I will." The next morning, Willow stood in the kitchen at the Quartermain mansion, staring at the untouched coffee in her hands. Michael had already left for work. The house felt too large, too silent. Her phone buzzed. A message from Suzanne. "We need to talk." Willow's heart slammed. She typed back instantly. "Did you tell anyone?" The reply came seconds later. "We have to meet." Willow's fingers trembled. She knew what that meant. Suzanne wouldn't say it in writing, which meant someone knew. They met in the park near the river, a quiet spot Willow often visited when she needed calm. Today it offered none. Suzanne arrived first, looking worn. "Willow." Willow's voice shook. "Who did you tell?" Suzanne hesitated. "Sonny." The word hit like thunder. Willow staggered back a step. "You promised." "I know," Suzanne said, "but I didn't tell him everything. I just said there's something in your past that could change how people see you." "That's enough," Willow said hoarsely. "Sonny doesn't drop things. He'll investigate. He'll connect it." Suzanne reached for her. "Willow, listen." "No." Willow pulled away. "You had no right." Tears filled Suzanne's eyes. "You're falling apart keeping this inside." "And now I'll lose everything," Willow said. "Do you understand that? My family, my children, Michael." Suzanne's voice broke. "I was trying to save you." Willow shook her head. "You may have just destroyed me." At the Metro Court, Nina sat alone, replaying Suzanne's confession from the night before. She knew exactly what Suzanne feared and exactly what Sonny might uncover. If Sonny learned the full truth, it wouldn't just hurt Willow, it would send shockwaves through multiple families. Old wounds would reopen, alliances would fracture, and Nina herself would be pulled back into a history she'd tried desperately to move beyond. She reached for her phone and dialed. "Sonny," she said when he answered, "we need to talk." They met in Sonny's office. He closed the door behind her. "This about Willow?" he asked directly. Nina nodded. "Suzanne told you something." "Not much," Sonny said, "just that Willow's hiding a past decision that affected others." Nina studied him. "And you're looking into it?" "Yes." She sighed. "Sonny, some truths don't help anyone when they surface. That depends on the truth. If someone's been hurt or misled, they deserve clarity. And if the past is complicated, if choices were made under pressure, fear, or survival?" Sonny held her gaze. "Then we understand context, but we still face it." Nina's shoulders sagged. "You're not going to drop this." "No." She nodded slowly. "Then at least promise me one thing." "What?" "If you learn everything, you talk to Willow first, not Michael, not the police, not anyone else. Her." Sonny considered. "Why?" "Because whatever you uncover," Nina said quietly, "it will already be the worst thing she's ever carried." Days passed and tension spread through Port Charles like an approaching storm. Jason's investigation began revealing fragments, old connections, unexplained gaps, decisions that didn't quite align with the public narrative of Willow's past. Nothing illegal on its own, nothing overtly damaging, but enough inconsistencies to suggest something deliberately hidden. Meanwhile, Willow's anxiety deepened. She avoided gatherings, answered questions with forced brightness, and woke each night with the same dread. Today might be the day everything comes out.
Michael noticed. "You're somewhere else lately," he said one evening. "You barely sleep." "I'm just stressed," she replied. "About what?" She hesitated. "Everything." He took her hand. "We can handle anything together." Her chest tightened. "Except this." One afternoon, Sonny asked Willow to meet him at the church courtyard. She arrived pale and tense. "You wanted to see me?" Sonny nodded. "Sit." They took opposite benches. "I spoke with Suzanne," he said calmly. Willow's hands clenched. "I know. And I've been asking questions." Her breath caught. "Then you already believe the worst." "I don't believe anything yet," Sonny said, "but I do believe there's something you've carried alone for a long time." Tears filled her eyes. "I never meant to hurt anyone." Sonny's expression softened slightly. "So someone was hurt." She looked away. "I was young, scared. I made a decision I thought was protecting everyone." "And now?" Sonny asked. "Now I see the cost," she whispered. "Every day." He watched her quietly. "Willow, whatever this is, secrets have consequences, but so does truth." She met his gaze. "If the truth comes out, I could lose my children." Sonny's jaw tightened. "Is that what you think?" "It's what I know, because the truth changes who I am in their eyes, in everyone's eyes." He leaned forward. "Then maybe it's time you tell it yourself." Her tears fell. "I'm terrified." "I know," Sonny said gently, "but hiding it hasn't freed you." That night, Willow stood in the nursery doorway watching her children sleep, their soft breathing, their peaceful faces. It was everything she feared losing. Michael came up behind her, resting a hand on her shoulder. "You've been in here a while." She didn't turn. "I keep thinking how fast they're growing." He smiled. "They're happy because of you." Her voice broke. "If you knew everything about me, would you still say that?" He frowned. "Of course." "You don't know that," she whispered. He turned her toward him. "Then tell me." She looked into his eyes, the trust, the love, and felt the weight of years pressing down. "I can't," she said. "Not yet." Across town, Jason delivered his latest findings to Sonny. "It's clear there's a missing piece," Jason said. "Records that should exist don't. Timelines that overlap strangely. And one name keeps appearing around key moments." Sonny looked up. "Whose?" Jason slid the folder forward. "Someone connected to Willow before Port Charles. Someone whose life took a very different path after their connection ended." Sonny scanned the page, expression tightening. "So Suzanne was right. Willow's decision affected another person deeply." Jason nodded. "And if that person steps forward, the whole story surfaces." Sonny closed the folder. "Then Willow's running out of time." The next morning, Willow woke with a clarity she hadn't felt in years. Fear was still there, but beneath it, resolve had formed. She dressed, went downstairs, and found Michael at the table. "Can we talk?" she said. He looked up, instantly attentive. "Always." She sat opposite him, hands trembling. "There's something in my past I never told you. Something I believed I had to hide to protect everyone." Michael listened silently. "I thought burying it would let us move forward, but it hasn't. It's been poisoning everything quietly." His expression remained steady. "What is it?" She swallowed hard. "Before Port Charles, I made a choice that changed someone else's life completely. I told myself it was necessary, but I've carried guilt ever since." Michael reached across the table. "You're not alone anymore." Tears spilled. "You might feel differently once you know." He squeezed her hand. "Then let me decide that." She nodded slowly. "I will tell you everything today." Outside, unseen, Sonny watched from a distance, having come to ensure she spoke first. He saw the moment Willow's posture shifted from fear to confession. He exhaled, relief mixed with dread. Truth was finally coming,